A win for the ages.
For UNLV, and he scores, and UNLV going crazy on the bench. They win the shootout.
The UNLV Skating Rebels fresh off of making history in the hockey world, beating the defending NCAA Division I champion Denver Pioneers on the road in a shootout. Now UNLV returns to league play against one of the best in the country, the Jamestown Jimmies. Last year, these two split the series. This year, the Rebels already have a win over Jamestown. Will UNLV make it 2 straight? Let's find out. Jamestown, UNLV, next.
Hello and welcome back inside City National Arena. The 2024-2025 second half of the season getting kicked off here at 7:30, just past 7:30 between Jamestown and UNLV. Thank you all for joining us. On the call is myself, Dominic Lavoie, joined by AJ Reed. A bit of a later start on the broadcast here tonight, but as the starters are announced for UNLV, we're going to get through the starters very quickly. Bradley Gallant, Preston Brodziak, Cole Wyatt, the forwards, Matias Del Monte, Devin Nagler, the defenseman, and Jeremy Foreman, the man who won against Denver in between the pipes. And then for Jamestown, Philip Lassard, Keaton Klein, Mario Decapite, the forwards, Brendan Volcano, and Wyatt Johnson, the defenseman, and Brandon Weir in between the pipes for the Jimmies tonight. Once again, Dominic Lavoie joined by AJ Reed. Jamestown and UNLV, 2 top 5 programs in the country getting set to do battle. We're going to take a step away for the ceremonial puck drop and the national anthem. Stay with us. We'll run through the starters one more time and talk a bit more hockey before this thing gets going.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to our echo for our national anthem, presented by Pittsburgh Injury Law. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please give a huge welcome to the Eileen Conyers Elementary Choir.
you have it. The ceremonial puck drops and the national anthem all wrapped up. That was Vince Sapienza of KVVU, Fox 5 Las Vegas, and the hosts of Hockey in the Desert Weekly, airing on Triple SEN, Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, covering all things hockey in Southern Nevada, including the UNLV Skating Rebels. Thank you all once again for joining us. The number 5 ranked Jamestown Jimmies taking on the number 3 ranked UNLV Skating Rebels, fresh off of their upset win over the University of Denver in Colorado. On the call is myself, Dominic Dubois, joined by AJ Reed to kick off the second half of this season. Taking a look at the starters very quickly, AJ. Once again, Bradley Gallant, Preston Brodziak, and Cole Wyatt. The forwards, Matias Delmonte, the game-winning goal scorer, and Devin Nagra, the defenseman, Jeremy Foreman, in between the pipes. He also picked up the win against Denver a couple weeks ago. Philip Bassard, Keaton Klein, Mario DeCapite, the forwards for Jamestown, Brendan Volcano, and Wyatt Johnson, the defenseman, and Brandon Weir, the goaltender tonight. Now, AJ, 2 top 5 teams in the country. The last time these 2 teams played earlier this season, it was a fun one. The last time these 2 teams played at City National Arena, it was a even more fun series. This game should be maybe even more fun than all those games combined.
I'm looking forward to it, Dom. It's great to be back here in City National after the long winter break for some of us. I wasn't here for the Arizona State weekend, but it is nice to be back. And Jamestown, you can't ask for a better game to play after a monumental win like Denver. You're still playing competitive teams in the ACHA. So, if coming off such a high win, emotions could be high. But Jamestown is a team that could knock you off your high horse and really humble you.
Jamestown did it last year. They look to do it again this season. Preston Brodziak digs in against Keaton Klein, and we're underway here at City National Arena. Jamestown and UNLV, 2 top 5 programs in the country, going at it tonight. An early zone entry for the Jimmies. Centering try. Doesn't make it to the stick of DeCapite. That puck gets cleared down the length of the ice. An early chance for the Jimmies. It's Wyatt Johnson, D-to-D for Volcano. Sends that one up ice, and it gets tipped in. An early change here for the Jimmies. Here comes Dylan Jensen on the right wing. Dipping the shoulder, shoots one off the side of the cage. Dylan Jensen, the freshman from the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. Null getting UNLV's first chance of the night. Here's Brad Fortin chipping that one around Jackson Wyatt. Fortin leading the Jimmies in points this season. 15 goals, 18 assists for 33 points in just 21 games played. He's our impact player tonight for Jamestown. Matias Salmonte, the impact player for UNLV, as the Rebels in their own zone trying to get another rush started out with Kyle Quinn.
Yeah, you talked about Fortin earlier. He's their leading point getter, but UNLV held him scoreless in their meeting in the Chicago Classic. McIntyre was the lone goal scorer for Jamestown that night.
Jamestown looking to get on the board early here. A shot from the point gets blocked away and then sent out of the zone almost for Heath Mensch. That was Alec Airchuk letting that one go from the blue line. Jamestown, a lot of offensive zone time as that puck spun nearly on net, but gets caught up in the slot. Now here comes Justice Sothopoulos. Sothopoulos had a goal against Denver a couple weeks ago. One-time drive from Dylan Ford. Misses the net wide, sent down low by Joey Carollo. There's Ronan Keenan, the freshman, trying to reverse it up back to the point. Hayden Siegel tips that breakout pass back into the zone. Now here's Alec Airchuk. Gets pressed up against the wall, and that gets sent into the Jamestown bench and came careening off a body and back out, but we have a whistle.
Yeah, good to note that UNLV will be without Doug Wakeland and Dylan Kuntz this weekend, as they're both already in Italy competing for the Winter World Games representing Team USA. So probably see Jeremy Foreman both games and some shifting on the blue line for the Rebels.
The blue line seeing a lot of change, as you just mentioned. AJ, Matias Salmonte, and Devin Nagra, the normal defensive partners. And you have Jackson Wyatt joined by Joey Carollo, Dylan Ford with Kyle Quinn, and Sean Karaman, the extra skater tonight. Here's Preston Brodziak, gets tripped up by Klein. who sends it off the glass and out. Preston Brodziak had a pair of goals against Denver a couple of weeks ago. Now into the zone for the Jimmies. They're going to look to start it out. It's Wyatt Johnson behind his own cage. Snaps it up the right wing for Decapite. Gets pickpocketed there. That puck gets sent up ice again. Johnson gains the red line and shoots it cross corner. Dalmonte finds it in the corner and plays it along the right side. Tristan Rand can't knock that one down. Now Rand with it again on the left wing, on the tape for Caleb Strong. Strong now, rink-wide feed for Jensen. Jensen looking, feeds it to the goal mouth, and it makes it on net. Brendan Ware holds for the whistle, and UNLV funneling a lot of their chances through Dylan Jensen so far.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, a lot of offensive zone time for Jamestown to start off, but it's not dangerous zone time. They're really just controlling the puck. They're not getting too many great looks. UNLV still in good shape in that regard.
There's McIntyre on the backhand, shovels it straight into the protective netting and out of play for a whistle. McIntyre, as you mentioned, AJ, the lone goal scorer for that game between Jamestown and UNLV in Chicago during the Chicago Classic. UNLV eventually went on to win that game and went 3-0 in the Windy City.
Dropped in the rankings, though.
Yeah, the computer rankings haven't been too kind to UNLV so far this season. Still a top 3 program as the Skating Rebels look to make another run to the national championship game, and this time bring home the Murdoch Cup. Wyatt Johnson chases that one down. Cole Wyatt presses him against the glass. Volcano comes to support. Now Johnson with it. Softly up the right wing. That puck gets sent back towards the Jamestown end, and Johnson on the backhand scoops that one in. It gets fielded by Foreman, who lays it off for Jackson Wyatt. Now Wyatt on the left wing for Heath Mensch. Mensch over the blue line, moves in, shoots one into the glove of Weir, who holds for a whistle. Heath Mensch also scoring a goal against Denver, scoring the 6th goal late in the 3rd period. Mensch also went in the shootout. No joy for the Las Vegas native.
Yeah, I think he was the one who went right before Matthias, though, and hearing Matthias talk about his shootout goal, he took a lot from what Heath Mensch saw, going low glove side and hitting the post. We went in the exact same spot in front of the net, if I'm not mistaken.
Matthias Dalmonte looking like a forward on his shootout winner that you saw in the open before the broadcast began. Matthias Dalmonte doing a bit of a media tour as a shot from Airchuck doesn't find its way on net. Jamestown funneling a lot of their chances from the point. Early in this one, Oliver Band's pass makes it on the tape for Brad Fortin. On the right wing, Fortin dips the shoulder, drives the net, gets taken down, and careens into the end wall. And we have our first penalty of the evening going against the Rebels. It's going to be a tripping call on Devin Nagra.
Well, they got plenty of penalty kill opportunities against Denver, especially in that 3rd period. I think they had 2 or 3 or even maybe 4 opportunities in that one, and Denver really capitalized on a lot of them. And so we'll see how this unit looks tonight.
Jamestown, their power play clicking at 27%, 21 for 78 on the season. We got their first look at them here tonight. Kept in the zone, works D to D. Swung up top. There's Pooley. Matthew Pooley shoots one. Save made. Loose puck directed out of the zone by Dalmonte. And Pooley swings it up for Fortin on the left wing. Carter Johnson. Play to the slot, a shot directed up to the high glass. That was Pooley again with another scoring chance on this power play shift. Doesn't find its way on net. Just about 50 seconds elapsed on the power play for the Jimmies, and here they come again. Up the left wing with Darius Maxey. Played into the zone. Then sent up top, there's Volcano. Skates the line, on the tape. Air Chuck shoots one, tipped on net. And it looked like it went out of play in Jamestown's power play unit. After just about 66 seconds, looking real good.
Looking real good. Trying to get the puck to the net, having mild success in that area, but not a unit you really want on the ice that often if you're UNLV, especially a team ranked as high as Jamestown. They're going to have some killers on there, and they're going to beat UNLV in this penalty kill up if they're not careful.
54 seconds remain on the power play for the Jimmies as they win that faceoff out of their own zone. Alec Arichuk giving chase. Dylan Jensen, the lone forechecker. Jensen's out there joined by Karaman, Hayden Siegel, and Joey Carollo for the penalty killing unit. About 40 seconds, just under 40 seconds remain on the man advantage for Jamestown. Swept across, shot off the pad of Jeremy Foreman. Loose puck out in the slot. Everyone diving for it. Another shot directed to the high glass. Hayden Siegel hops on in the corner and swings it down the length of the ice. Brandon Weir sends it right back up to the blue line. A good poke check from Matias Dalmonte. Sent further into the zone. Bumped off the puck was Airchuk. Now here comes Carter Johnson winding it up again. Final seconds ticking off here on the power play for the Jimmies as we have a whistle for an icing. 13 minutes even to go. And UNLV escapes their first penalty kill of the night and of the weekend with mere scratches. There were scoring chances from the Jimmies.
Really dangerous moment in the slot there that a Jimmy just couldn't find a stick on the puck there and get a shot on goal until the last moment. So UNLV escaping that one.
UNLV wins the defensive zone draw, looking to get to work. Can't get a clean breakout, a big collision. Heath Mensch bumping into Caleb Percival in the neutral zone. And Mensch tried to get it around Percival and gets canceled out. Now in the center, now left onto the wing. Reverse back up top and chipped into the zone by Griffin Barassa. UNLV wants a high stick. Justice Athopoulos touches up and takes a bump. Steers it down low. Jackson Wyatt now in his own corner. With under 12 and a half minutes remaining in the first period of play. Getting harassed on the back check by Keaton Klein. Rodziak can't direct it to the center. Now Klein hops on that loose puck. Dips the shoulder on the right wing. Driving that. Shoots one. He scores. Keaton Klein, what an effort. Creating a turnover, getting the takeaway, dipping the shoulder, and goes short side on Jeremy Foreman as the Jimmies strike first.
Yeah, turnovers are never good in any sport, and definitely not in hockey. You get the zone turnover, and Decapite finds the net first, and the Jimmies strike first, 1-0. UNLV playing from behind. Not something we see a whole lot of from them at home so far this year.
Last time UNLV was down in a game here at City National Arena was a few weeks back, notably against Utah just over a month ago. And a big hit behind the play. Dylan Jensen laying the body on Ray Warwick. And we have another penalty coming up. And this time it's going to be on Jamestown, or it's going to be on UNLV, excuse me. Waiting to see who's going to be going. It looks like it's going to be Dylan Jensen, but the penalty box doors swing open for Jamestown. So it's going to be Jordan Baranski going for interference. And that is wiped from the scoreboard.
They're skating around like they don't know what's going on.
And it's going to be on Dylan Jensen. So we get pump faked by the officiating crew. Dylan Jensen going for interference. And that's something you don't really want to do if you're UNLV. You just go down 1-0 against a good team and a good power play. You barely escaped the last penalty kill with your lives. And now you're shorthanded again.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give that penalty up. And that net hit seemed unnecessary by the blue line by Dylan Jensen. Seemed late, seemed unnecessary. So unfortunately, the right call by the officials. And you can't have that happen for UNLV.
So UNLV shorthanded again. Bradley Gallant shoots one into the chest of Brandon Weir. That was Maxey who turned the puck over. He overskated the puck and got a little tangled up with his own legs, it looked like. Gallant getting the takeaway and putting a quick shot on goal.
Yeah, that possession, you could not even tell that UNLV was shorthanded, honestly.
Bradley Gallant been on the penalty killing unit for a handful of years. And as you mentioned, AJ, you couldn't tell they were on the PK, and Gallant makes it feel that way a lot whenever he's out there on the ice. About 30 seconds gone on the Dylan Jensen minor for interference. Centering try, shot put onto the doorstep. And Foreman finds it. And that's another great scoring chance for Jamestown early in this power play. Looking to add on to their already 1-0 lead.
It looked like the impact player, Brad Fortin, there in the slot, had the shot, but Jeremy Foreman able to find that puck and ice it, or freeze it, excuse me, to force a face-off.
Face-off won by the Jimmies, picked up by Oliver Band. Band now on the left wing, moving on in, gets it poked away, turns one on at an odd angle off the goal stick of Weir, and Band's going to have to get back on the back check. And that puck gets sent way up into the netting, looked like almost into the penalty box, but into the bench for a whistle.
Little souvenir for the players.
I believe they threw it back out there. Didn't see, but looks like it was
souvenir for the hockey rink then.
It looks like Cole Christensen threw it back out on the ice for the officials. Good deed there. As that puck goes off the blade of Volcano.
It's like catching a visiting team's home run. Throw it back.
Here's Oliver Band. Stretch pass for Siegel. Hayden Siegel moving on in. Did he make the save? He did. Brandon Weir. Man, what a stop. Hayden Siegel. Great effort on the breakaway. Better save from Brandon Weir.
What a great save. I thought that trickled in off his pants, but I guess he made the save. I thought, maybe he went far enough back there for a goal. Great opportunity, great effort by Hayden Siegel and the UNLV Skating Rebels on the penalty kill again, but just couldn't finish. A great effort by Brandon Weir there.
And UNLV's penalty killing unit has had a lot of shorthanded goals this season. They're looking to add on there as Brad Fortin takes a hard bump from Kyle Quinn. UNLV's starting to turn up the physicality a bit. They're still down in this one, just about halfway through the first.
But looking a lot better, as you mentioned, the physicality gone up. Maybe after the long break, trying to get back in game flow again, try and get that physicality up. It's not easy to come out there and start swinging.
There's Kyle Quinn throwing another hit on the right wing. And a little gamesmanship, Brandon Weir trying to cover the face of Hayden Siegel with the trapper as he was on the forecheck. Final seconds elapsing here on the penalty kill for UNLV, and they're back to full strength. Not as an eventful power play for the Jimmies on their second try tonight.
Certainly eventful for the Rebels. 2 scoring opportunities, one by Gallant and one by Siegel. Almost had a shorthanded there.
Hayden Siegel finding the back of the net against Denver as well, following up a rebound on a similar chance. Couldn't beat Brandon Weir on that one. Here's Stathopoulos, shoots one off the pad of Weir. And Stathopoulos gets to that loose puck, sends it rink wide, settled down by Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt now at the hash marks with it. Lays it off for Carollo. Down low, Mensch. Carollo with it again at the point. Sends one on. Net stopped up by Airchuk, who sends it into the bench again. A bit of friendly fire from Alec Airchuk. And we have our first media timeout of the night. 8:55 to go. Jamestown leads. Once again, Keaton Klein breaking through as a goal scorer for the Jimmies. UNLV playing behind in the first period of the spring half of the 2024-25 season.
Yeah, I want to go back to Hayden Siegel for a second because he did have the Denver goal, and he also scored against Lindenwood in the beginning of the season. So that's two NCAA Division I goals for Hayden Siegel this year.
Hayden Siegel, the freshman, one of the many fresh faces here at UNLV in this program. Lots of turnover in this program in the offseason, losing 10-plus players to graduation. Kyle Quinn coming back. He's one of the older members, one of the veterans of this team. Bradley Gallant as well. Both of them are the last handful of the old guard, if you will, from the early 2019, 2020 teams, even 2021. Set to leave the program after this semester.
2019 is a long time ago, Dom. I was still in high school.
I was too. That was my senior year. Senior year of high school there as we're back underway. Dylan Jensen wins the faceoff. Jackson Wyatt sends it for Strong. He turns the puck over to Carter Johnson, who springs his man on a break, and a shot from the outside poked away by Kyle Quinn. Good effort from Quinn on the back check to break up that scoring chance for Matthew McIntyre. Here's Dylan Jensen, cuts outside, puts the brakes on, and through the wickets of Jackson Wyatt, that pass goes out to the neutral zone. For Del Monte on the tape, Tristan Rand. Rand celebrating a birthday earlier this week. He gets canceled out along the wall. Rand still trying to fight through pressure and gives a bit of extracurricular and skates away. Nagra's DDD pass poked away by Carter Johnson. Johnson a bit tired on the left wing, gets it poked away by Nagra. Good recovery. Nagra canceled out and wins that puck battle. Leaves it for his D partner, Matias Del Monte. Del Monte on the tape for Evan West. West can't dance through traffic, turns the puck over in the neutral zone, and here comes Jamestown again. Now played up. Off the wall, Siegel, gloved down by Johnson at center, and played back in. There's Dylan Ford with it. Now stretch pass tipped into the zone by Siegel. Brandon Weir stops it behind his net. Wyatt Johnson for Thomas. And the puck comes the other way, back into the Jamestown zone. Weir stops it up for Johnson once more.
Trying to mog Cole Wyatt. Brandon Weir is coming out, sizing him up.
Brandon Weir, lots of gamesmanship tonight. Now Jackson Wyatt with a drive. Blocker save by Weir. And Bradley Gallant picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Wyatt on the backhand sends it in. And there's Wyatt Johnson. Brodziak stops it, tries to play it on net. Can't get through traffic, whacks back in, cross corner, and delayed offsides. The linesman thought that went over the blue line. Now here's Brad Fortin with speed. The captain of this Jimmies team gets canceled out by Sothopoulos. The puck floats into the corner, retrieved by Nagra. Now Mensch, rink wide Sothopoulos. Sothopoulos on the right wing, off the skate of Band. And the puck bounces into the neutral zone, and chipped went in once again by Philip Lassard. Now here's Mensch. Heath Mensch dances through traffic, moves in, shoots, blocks in front. Oliver Band tried to keep the forecheck. We have a whistle. Hand pass is the call. Caleb Percival a bit hobbled behind the Jamestown bench. Hopping off the ice after that shift. And Visser wins the draw for the Jimmies. Just under 6 to go. Joey Corolla with it. Backhand saucer pass on the tape for Caleb Strong. Sends on net. Strong centering try. Whacked just wide of the net by Jensen. Here's Maxey. Jensen spins it to the slot, nobody home. That goes off of Warwick's blade. And crowd back again by UNLV off the stick of Tristan Rand on net for Weir. And it doesn't make it through. Hayden Siegel trying to chop that one back into the zone. He doesn't get there. Glove down by Carollo in his own end. 5 to go even in the first period. Here's Hayden Siegel on the right wing. Stops up, finds Evan West. West can't touch that through. Here's Wyatt. Spinning it down low on the tape for West, and it gets poked away by Volcano. Now Kyle Quinn in his own end. Siegel can't chip that one past Volcano. Sweeps it across for Johnson. He gets sent into the boards hard by Ronan Keenan. We also celebrated a birthday this week. And now AJ with 4.5 to go as this period kind of trudged on. UNLV looks a bit better defensively in the neutral zone. Not as many clean zone entries for Jamestown.
Yeah, and the physicality has really picked up in the later parts of this period. We're seeing multiple big hits from multiple players on both sides. And Jamestown is playing really well defensively so far this period, not allowing too many UNLV rebound chances, not allowing really any clean looks. So really good from them defensively so far.
Now here comes Brad Fortin looking to change that. Jumps around Matias Dalmonte and chases that puck deep. Still down low. That's Dalmonte from his belly. Can't play that one. Centering try, and it couldn't make it to the stick of Fortin. Once again, AJ, Brad Fortin making his way to the goal mouth.
Yeah, he's the one they want to feed tonight. Talk about goal mouth. He's the one. Find a way to put the puck in there. But so far, the Rebels been able to limit him, but he's gotten some chances.
Now here's Justice Lithopoulos trying to generate a chance himself. Spun down low. Heath Mensch hops on that puck. Gets pickpocketed by Airchuck. Under 3.5 to go. Here's Ford. Let's one go. Tipped down by Ban. He picks it up and he gets blown dead for a high stick. Oliver Ban, the freshman, screening Brandon Weir. Trying to get a redirection. There's Brandon Weir off, just off camera, talking to his defenseman, Matthew Pooley. And now Keaton Klein pointing out a lot of things that he saw. Brandon Weir communicating with the guys in front of him.
Yeah, official had a good look at that high stick there, so probably was just a little bit too high for UNLV, but a great chance off the high drive from the point.
Now we play on. Here's Carollo for Sathopoulos, who chips it in. Sathopoulos whacking at it against two Jimmies. Now here's Kyle Quinn for Jackson Wyatt. Now Ban slowing down low. Heath Mensch shakes off a check. Delayed penalty. Mensch toe drag. Sends it over for Sathopoulos. He couldn't settle it down. What a dazzling move by Heath Mensch. UNLV with the extra attacker. Delayed penalty on. Here's Tristan Rand. Rand the extra attacker. Down low. Mohawking around the goal line. Leaves it for Kyle Quinn. Quinn looking from the top of the circle. He'll skate up top. Here's Rand. Rand looking from the high slot now. He'll take it down low. Drop it off for Jensen. Swung back down to the goal line for Rand. Now Rand looking for it. Moves to the slot. Rand shoots off the shin pad. Looked like Philip Lassard. Here's Wyatt with a shot. Misses the net wide. And Sathopoulos had a yawning cage with a great diving effort from Caleb Percival to break up that scoring chance. So slashing's going to be the call. Waiting to see who's going to be going for Jamestown. It's going to be Philip Lassard. He's going to be sitting for two. Now UNLV with a look on the man advantage. And this is an important one to say the least. A minute 57 to go. They have a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, I need to get a good chance here. Hopefully a scoring opportunity for UNLV if they can manage it. Don't think we've seen this UNLV power play in a minute. Don't think they had a single chance against Denver. I'm not sure how it looked against Colorado College.
Here they are. Matisse Damonte with a drive. Blocked out in front. UNLV with a lot of energy off of the face-off to begin this power play. Now Damonte up top again. To the half wall for Brodziak. Brodziak looks now. Centering try for Wyatt. Swing and a miss. Cole Wyatt on the doorstep. Couldn't get a piece of lumber on that one. Now Damonte at the point again. Brodziak looking to the bumper for Gallant. Now here's Damonte. Down low. Touch pass. Look on. Shoots. He scores. Tic-tac-toe. Bradley Gallant ties the game up for the Skating Rebels on the power play.
A great bit of pass in there for UNLV. Bradley Gallant in the slot. Gets the lumber on it and finds the back of the twine. Ties the game up. Really impressive power play from UNLV. And I think I want to go back to that offensive zone time they had in the delayed penalty there. Had all kind of time cycling it, getting good looks. Just couldn't get a great shot opportunity, but right there you could see the confidence oozing from the Rebels on that power play try.
And I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, AJ. Just the passing display on that delayed penalty, the passing display on the power play. That's a confident hockey team taking the ice there. So now a 0-0 hockey game once again. Jamestown's lead is evaporated. So special teams seeming to be a key here in this first period of play.
Yeah, really important goal, too, because it gets the crowd back into it, too. Up until that goal, this crowd had really gone silent for the most part, waiting for a goal. Now with a 1-1 game, they can really get back into it.
Now just about a minute to play here in the first period. And taking a look at the scoreboard, AJ's, the puck skips to the corner. UNLV now triple out shooting. Jamestown, as that shot from the point settled down in front and directed aside. UNLV leading in the shot department 12-4. Turn things around. Mensch shoots one just over the crossbar. And now here's Keaton Klein. The shot goes off the goal stick. Tristan Rand settles it down in his own blue line and spins it in. Delayed icing as Rand colliding with Carter Johnson and Dylan Jensen. 17.4 to go in the first.
It's one of those things that you look at the shot total, 12-5. It doesn't make sense at a first glance because you're like, well, Jamestown has been cycling it really well on offense. Looks like they've been getting good opportunities, but they haven't really gotten anything on goal except for those 5 shots. And UNLV has been. And so that's why where the shot difference comes in. Jamestown getting good offensive opportunities, but not really shots on goal.
And that's another example of it right there. Tristan Rand breaking up Wyatt Johnson's shot attempt at the point. And that'll do it. 20 minutes down. A fun 20 minutes, in fact. 40 or more to go here from City National Arena. Jamestown striking first. Keaton Klein finding the back of the net for the Jimmies. And then Bradley Gallant answering right back on the power play late in the first to even things up at 1.
Got an exciting second period ahead of us if this first period has shown us anything. Jamestown and UNLV, 2 top 5 programs. Stay tuned.
so much for that, Preston. Let's get it over to you, Kyle. Here with Preston Brodziak. Now, Preston, you just ended that period in a tie 1-1 with them. How are you feeling?
I think we needed to get some rust off there. I don't think that was our best period, so it was nice to get one at the end there, get a little bit of momentum, but yeah, we got to be better.
What from them were you not expecting?
I think we expect them to be good. Like I think we did film on them. We knew they're big and fast, and they like to finish their checks. So just matching that intensity and playing with them, I think we're ready for them. We just got to play better.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Preston.
Thank you.
Let's get it over to you, Kyle.
1-1 the score after the first period. UNLV getting a crucial power play goal via Bradley Gallant. Some keys to the game for Jamestown. It's going to be keeping up the pressure. That pressure led to a goal earlier. Got to keep your foot on the gas. Another key for Jamestown is going to be capitalizing in the O-zone. They've had a lot of good chances. And for UNLV, it's going to be fix the mistakes. Throughout the neutral zone and in their own zone, they are turning the puck over a lot. Now we're going to send it back over to you, Dom and AJ.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Zoe, and thank you, the viewer, for sticking around through the first intermission. And if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. Taking a look at the stats through 20 minutes, all tied up at 1 a pop here through 20 between UNLV and Jamestown. UNLV 1 for 1 on the power play. Jamestown 0 for 2. UNLV leading in the shots department. It's flipped a bit there. Jamestown with 5, UNLV with 12. And some keys. Jamestown, you got to keep up the pressure. And UNLV, good end of the period, but you still got to fix the mistakes.
Yeah, great end of the period for UNLV, to be honest. It all started with that extra skater attacker on there for UNLV, able to cycle it really well, get really good offensive zone opportunities. Not able to get a shot off in that, but then the power play comes out. The Rebels come out oozing with confidence, get the quick goal from Bradley Gallant, and really get things rolling, get the crowd back into it, and really we are set for a great second period of hockey here in Summerlin.
Goal scorers for that first period. Keaton Klein opening up the scoring here tonight. From the right wing boards, beating Jeremy Foreman short side, and then Bradley Gallant answering back on the power play. Tying the game up at 1 late in the first period. Same starting lines out there for each team to start the second period. UNLV, the black and white striped jerseys going away from the broadcast camera. Jamestown in the white, black, and orange jerseys coming towards you. We're back underway here at City National Arena between Jamestown and UNLV. Now here's Keaton Klein, shoots one, misses the net and hops over an outstretched Devin Agra. Klein looking for his second of the game, just about 15 seconds into the middle period.
Safe to say 45, Keaton Klein of the Jamestown Jimmies is buzzing tonight. Just has a feel for things, getting good looks all on offense tonight.
Keaton Klein with it again on the right wing for Jamestown. He can't play that to the middle of the ice. And now the Jimmies with it once again. That's Volcano gaining the red line and sending it in. Held up by Nagra, who sends it back up here. Here's Brodziak, shoots one, deflected aside. And whacked at. And now played behind the net for Brad Fortin. Knifed on and kept in the zone. Caleb Strong takes a bump. Loses the puck in his skates, played off the glass, settled down by Fortin. Fortin turns his back on Jackson Wyatt. Gets knocked to the ice by Wyatt. Tristan Rand turns the puck over to Johnson. Rand knocks it back on net and doesn't make it towards the goal, rather. He knocked it. And Rand still in on the forecheck. Gets knifed through by Fortin on net for Foreman. Plays it over for Dylan Jensen. Fed to the slot and canceled out. It was McDonald by Dylan Ford. It's a pair of 13s coming together. And now here's Fortin with it again. Fortin cut to the slot, shoots one, misses the net wide. And Stathopoulos can't play that one up the right wing. Stathopoulos with it again near the broadcast center and feeds it over to Mensch. Heath Mensch on the tape for Joey Carollo joining the rush. On the left wing for Band. Centering try. Rink wide feed. A shot from Stathopoulos. Misses the net wide. And that winds up a bit of a rush for Jamestown that evaporated at their own blue line. Here's Niagara over the red line. Now Mensch on the left wing. Mensch looking. Rink wide feed. Stathopoulos fans on the shot. Loose puck tapped up to the point. Dalmonte catches it, shoots it, deflected aside. Stathopoulos with a pair of chances in the opening minutes of this period. Now down low again, centering try up top off the stick of Heath Mensch, who touches it on for Niagara at the center ice logo. Now Dalmonte sends it in, glove down by Weir. And that's Hayden Siegel muscling his man down to the ice on the forecheck. Puck still escapes the zone. That gets tipped in by Evan West. Weir plays it around. Siegel whacks it back on net. Save made, Brandon Weir. Up top, kept in by Quinn. Down low, Evan West corrals. Now West turns one, blocked in front. Ronan Keenan whacks it down low. Sent back up top for Jackson Wyatt at the point. Pitch back over to Keenan. Keenan from the dot, winds up, shoots one, blocked in front. And now here come the Jimmies. Off the stick of Maxey. Gets canceled out along the wall by Kyle Quinn. Jackson Wyatt sweeps through and pick up that loose puck. Goes off the stick of Hayden Siegel. Now Carollo back to recover that one, spins it off the wall, delayed offside for the Jimmies. That's Thomas, who was pretty upset about that call. Goes off the linesman's head, it looks like. Bradley Gallant picks that loose puck up in the open ice and tried to play it down low. It gets cut off. And we have a stoppage of play. So 15:34 remaining. A lot of brief moments of each team showing some pace, AJ, but they don't look as coherent or cohesive, I should say, as they did in the opening frame.
No, and UNLV has really dominated offensive zone time to start this period. Really not any chances so far for Jamestown.
There's a chance there from Preston Brodziak from the slot. That shot getting directed to the high glass. Now on the near side wall, there's Gallant, drops it off for Dalmonte. Now to the open ice, here's Niagara moving on in, shoots one, blocked in front, settled down in the slot. And scooped along by Fortin. And Niagara loses possession of that puck, and now here come the Jimmies the other way. Partial break, moving on in. Big time save by the shoulder of Foreman. Baranski tied up by Gallant, and Baranski talking to the official, looking for a call. He can't really believe it. And as you mentioned, AJ, Jamestown not really having too many scoring chances, and there was one there.
Yeah, big one there, and looking for the call, but if the ref didn't call it, it simply didn't happen, according to Jared Goff.
We'll see if the puck ever lies in this game as Jackson Wyatt takes a return pass from Strong, or nearly took that pass. The puck winds its way around the kick plates and out of the zone. Kyle Quinn touched on by Wyatt. Played back down low. Jackson Wyatt sends it along. Kyle Quinn. Centering pass for Christensen. Couldn't get a shot off. And now Jamestown with it. Pitched down low by Airchuk. And now here's Pooley. Canceled out by Jensen. Now Wyatt touches that one on. Strong can settle it down. Sent back on net by Pooley. Kicked away by Foreman. Now Strong. On the tape for Rand on the left wing. Gets poked away. Now Rand back with it. Moving on in. Shoots one. Looks like it rang off the post. Tristan Rand looking for a goal tonight. He's one of those guys that you could always page if you need a big goal. Ran with 15 goals in 16 games played this season for UNLV. Having himself a phenomenal sophomore year as UNLV ices the puck.
Really went on an insane fall semester run the first half here. Felt like every night he was a 2-goal scorer, most of the time a 3-goal scorer. But Jamestown
once a 4-goal
offense,
scorer.
Yeah, once a 4-game scorer. I think he had 3 in one period.
Yeah, he did have a natural hat trick earlier on in the season. As we're back underway, Ford overskates the puck. The Volcano swung DDD, a shot from the point, save made Foreman. There's Wyatt Johnson. Now Mensch skies that one on the backhand, gloved down by Oliver Band. Now Stathopoulos stops at the blue line, drops it off Carollo from the dot, shoots one into the trapper of Weird. Lassard and Oliver Band not having the most wholesome moment there. And
well, you never know what they're talking about.
got Wyatt Johnson ushering Band out of the goal crease.
Just want some personal space.
And personal space is big for a lot of people. Sometimes I don't mind it, but sometimes you need it.
This Jamestown offense is really coming alive lately. 2 pretty good possessions there, back to back. There's another stoppage, it looks like. I believe it went out of play for a second, but they're getting opportunities in front of the net, getting shot opportunities. Already doubled their shot total from the last period. UNLV just with the 1 shot on goal. So, Jamestown offense, it was slow starting out, but around this 14-minute mark, they've really come to life.
Jamestown really starting to pour it on and not giving Jeremy Foreman much personal space on the other end. Now Nagra breaks up that play, hits Ronan Keenan. Keenan toe drag shot into the chest of Brandon Weir. Brandon Weir making a lot of saves tonight, but can't really say either goalie AJ has been necessarily challenged so far tonight. I mean, each goal came on a high percentage look, and other than that, not a lot of high danger chances that have at least made it on net as we have another stoppage for a puck out of play.
Brandon Weir did have that first period save where it felt like he saved it with his pants almost, but somehow came away with it in the glove with the breakaway on Hayden Siegel's chance. But yeah, you're right, not really too many challenging shots for these goaltenders to face so far tonight.
Can expect both teams looking to change that narrative just about 7.5 minutes into the middle period, and there's a puck race. Carter Johnson and Kyle Quinn. Quinn wins that one, but Jamestown comes away with possession. Quinn and Johnson do battle again behind the net. Puck squirts free out to the middle of the ice. Brodziak with it now. Right wing for Gallant. Back to the center. Intended for Brodziak, but it gets poked away by Wyatt Johnson. Now here's Carter Johnson. Centering try for Wyatt, and a shot rings off the post. That was McIntyre sending that shot off the crossbar. Here's Cole Wyatt the other way. Wyatt shoots one, misses the net wide. And man, that shot beats Foreman but doesn't beat the crossbar. Matthew McIntyre nearly giving Jamestown the lead once again. Calvin Strong gets sent to the ice by Johnson. And the puck goes out of play once again. And man, that shot rang off the post so loud. Could hear it through my headset, AJ.
Yeah, that was really an impressive look. And, 2 or 3 inches lower, maybe even an inch lower, and we're talking about a highlight play for Matthew McIntyre. It was a lone goal scorer in Chicago for Jamestown when they played UNLV once again.
Now UNLV staving off going down once again in this game with the puck in the offensive zone. Carollo shoots one, doesn't make it on net. Loose puck out in front. Brandon Weir finds it and holds for a whistle.
Do shots off the post count as shots on goal in hockey?
They do not, no.
Going back to my lacrosse roots, I had a friend who played goalie, and he'd always talk about all his saves he got, but he'd include shots that hit the post.
Nope.
And like, that's not how it works.
The net saved that shot. You did not.
The manufacturer who built that goal,
Exactly.
he gets credited with the save.
Now Rand shoots one, misses the net wide. Looked like he tried to go against the grain on Brandon Weir. UNLV starting to come alive a bit as well. And now Tristan Rand taking a slash from Keaton Klein, and Rand with it himself, skating through traffic, gets pickpocketed by Philip Lassard, who loses the puck, and here's Tristan Rand with it once again, winding up a rush. Oliver Band finds that and takes a bump, sends it in. There's Carollo in deep. Loose puck chopped at by Quinn, kept in the zone. And Quinn finds it and sends it right back in, cross corner. Delayed offsides, UNLV tags up. And just out of the reach of Philip Lassard, that pass. Now here's Sethopoulos. Sethopoulos with it from the half wall, shoots one, tipped on, loose puck out in front, they score! It looks like it was Oliver Band, and Brandon Weir is incensed, and Oliver Band pointing at Brandon Weir as he skates to the bench to his flyby. And a bit more gamesmanship right back to Brandon Weir. Oliver Band giving UNLV their first lead of the night.
No love lost in that one. Brandon Weir did a weird shimmy to the refs, trying to plead his case, but Oliver Band comes out on top with the win in the scrum there. A lot of sticks down there, a lot of bodies trying to find the puck, and he does and finds the back of the net. And now UNLV in the lead
For now.
now.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. And it looks like it's a good goal call from the official, so they had to talk it over.
With no replay, what do you think's going on in that discussion? I thought it was a goal, man.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's just kind of, so what'd you see? Oh, you saw that? Well, I saw that too. Okay, cool. It's a good goal. So Brad Fortin still pleading his case. And that goal is going to stand. Oliver Band, the go-ahead goal. So UNLV with their first lead of the weekend, and Brad Fortin gets sent to the ice by Ronan Keenan, and Evan West sends his man to the ice, and we have a penalty, and McDonald guiding West away from the scrum, and we got a Jimmy down. It's Jordan Baranski.
That was definitely a big hit.
Baraneski, excuse me.
By Evan West there. And it's going to put Jamestown on the power play, I think. Yep.
Jamestown.
So coming off the goal, get about 10 seconds of possession for Jamestown, and now they're on the power play. So see what they can do with that. This will be their third chance.
And it goes wrong early. Here's Nagra, swings it out for Brodziak. Return pass, shot, missing the net wide. And Brandon Weir was way out of his goal there. Now here's Fortin, dropped it off, and a shot from Christensen, blocked by Dalmonte. He picks it up. Dalmonte looks, hits Brodziak on the tape. Brodziak from the left wing, toe drag, loses the puck. A bit too much on that attempt by Preston Brodziak as he gets changed up.
Well, the last two penalty kills for UNLV have certainly been exciting. really trying for that shorthanded.
There's Baraneski with it again in the slot. He gets tripped up, no call, and he blocks his own teammate's shot, and Oliver Band gets taken down as well. And that looks like it's going to draw a call. Brad Fortin and Oliver Band coming together at the Jamestown bench, and Band having some words with the rest of the Jimmies sitting on the bench, and there goes Brad Fortin, wiping the remaining 58 seconds of the Evan West boarding minor. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for 58 seconds, a minute and 2 seconds of an abbreviated power play for UNLV.
Well, with what we've seen so far tonight with UNLV, how confident they looked on the power play and how confident, quite frankly, they've looked on the penalty kill, looking for goal opportunities. I would say this 4-on-4 would, the more open ice would favor the Rebels.
And 4-on-4 typically does UNLV playing with speed. Talked with head coach of the Jimmies, Dean Stork, pregame, and he did touch on that. He's expecting a very, very fast team through the neutral zone. Plays with speed, and here's the fastest player on the team, Tristan Rand, on the right wing. He pulls up the top of the dot, fans on a pass. Played down low, Rand finds a puck, centering pass. No one
legs.
And now here's Dylan Jensen. He gets bumped, touched through traffic. Jackson Wyatt's there to break up McDonald's chance. And here's Jackson Wyatt with speed over the blue line. Pumps, shoots across the green. Blocker save by Weir. And now here's Jensen for Nagra. Nagra in his own end. UNLV back to full strength. About 45 seconds remain on this abbreviated power play for the Rebels. They're already 1 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. Looking for their second goal up a man. Now approaching 30 seconds remaining on the Brad Fortin penalty. Down low, Cole Wyatt looking, now up top for Nagra. Nagra looks from the point to Dalmonte up top. Dalmonte pirouettes, shoots, misses it wide. Centering pass for Brodziak. Tried to hit Cole Wyatt on the doorstep, couldn't get there. Now Nagra back over Dalmonte. Dalmonte loads up, shoots, tipped wide of the net. Final 5. Now here's Dalmonte up top. Brodziak at the face-off dot. He shoots one. Save made, and Bradley Gallant gets slashed in front of Brandon Ware. As we hit our media timeout, AJ, last season against Jamestown, Bradley Gallant mixed it up with Jamestown at the end of the second game of the weekend. Jamestown ended up winning, and Bradley Gallant suspended for his troubles, spearing the goaltender in an end-of-game scrum. So these two teams, not big fans of each other, evidently.
No love lost, you could say. Throw the records out, if you will. And these two teams play each other.
Into this timeout, Dean Stork, the head coach for Jamestown, rallying his men, very animated. Not happy with the way his team's been performing in this middle period.
No, and they really wasted a power play there, committing their own penalty and giving UNLV 4-on-4, even though UNLV was
the captain, no less, too.
The captain and their
leading scorer.
You know, not something you want to see, and it sets a bad example, especially with a team that's kind of been struggling offensively to get things going in this second period.
Here's Sean Karaman. It's Oliver Band, the latest goal scorer. Swung up top. Here's Heath Mensch. And now Karaman once again swings it over for Carollo. Mensch juggling the puck a little bit. Loses that puck battle. Carollo with it again. Saucer pass for Karaman. Goes off of his stick. Kerriman turns away from pressure from McDonald. Kerriman fans on a pass and gets picked off by Percival. Carollo couldn't connect with Mensch, and Carollo and Thomas coming together behind the play. Thomas a little hobbled.
Coach giving him some inspiring words.
Repeating the words 5-on-5 to Thomas. Thomas and Carollo engaging in a bit of a battle, and Dean Stork telling him no bull junk.
No
over
silly
and over.
business.
Yep, no silly business, no bull junk over and over again, and reminding him keep it 5-on-5. Now Jackson White and Baraneski. A bit of a puck race there, won by Wyatt. Now Brodziak under siege off the wall for Quinn. Reverse ice for Wyatt. Now 5.5 to go in the second period. Jackson Wyatt gets cross-checked to the ice. Bradley Gallant shoots one, tried to go glove and misses the net. UNLV wanted a cross-checking call on that one. They don't get the call that they would like as the icing's waved off. Now Devin Nagra, a saucer pass tipped in by Cole White, but it doesn't look like he actually got a stick on in. With 5:01 to go, this faceoff's going to come back to the UNLV zone for an icing.
So we've seen Gallant go glove high, and we've seen Matias go glove high twice on that power play. Unfortunately, none of them hit the net or even made Weir have to make a save. So we're still waiting to see how that's going to look if they do hit the net, how Weir's glove side looks.
And that just ties back into the point that we made earlier in this frame, AJ. Just a lot of high-quality looks for both teams that just haven't made it on net. And that shot does make it on net from Jamestown. That was Wyatt Johnson from the point. Foreman having come out of his net a bit to make that save as UNLV ices the puck once again.
Dangerous rebound chance there for Jamestown, but couldn't get a stick on there as UNLV able to clear the zone, get the icing, and they'll go again.
UNLV keeping the same unit out there. It's a bit of a mixed bag in terms of lines. Cole Wyatt's out there with Ronan Keenan and Hayden Siegel. Wyatt is typically up in the top 6, if you want to call it that. He's down with the quote-unquote fourth line as of right now. Now here's Tristan Rand. Shoots one from the Don into the chest of Weir, and Ronan Keenan introducing himself to a pair of Jimmies.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, give him a little how do you do. Keenan pretty tall, so he had to look down at all of them in that scrum. Keenan, 6'6".
What's that make him on skates?
It's about 6'8".
Impressive length there.
Now here's Jensen. Puck way up in the air. Jensen gloves it down, settles it down, and tried to hit Tristan Rand on the left wing. Now Dylan Ford on the tape for Strong. Strong rink-wide feed for Jensen, driving in the net. He scores! Dylan Jensen using the speed, giving UNLV a 2-goal lead. The Rebels are up 3-1.
Well, Dylan Jensen is a friend of the Rebels, getting another one for them. Their third of the night for UNLV. This one, I think, no discussion, so.
No discussion on that one, no protest. Dylan Jensen swerves and bends that corner. Makes Brandon Weir say, whoa, and UNLV's up 3-1.
got to shout out his father. Helped him go farther. Dylan Jensen, at least. Or something to that matter.
Now UNLV, a newfound 3-1 lead. Just about 3.5 to go. Mensch going to work. Tried to get it to Jackson Wyatt. Couldn't get there and turned over. Here's Justin Stathopoulos. Moving on in, they score. Heath Mensch. Back-to-back goals for the Skating Rebels. Mensch goes top shelf on Weir, and Skating Rebels go up 4-1.
This one is quickly getting away from Jamestown. They weren't even done announcing the goal yet, and Heath Mensch and Justin Stathopoulos connect. The second-year players, I believe.
Yep, the two kids.
Rookies last year, this year, second year. Great pass from Justin to Mensch. Buries it. 4-1 Rebels now.
And Justin Stathopoulos, another assist this year. Stathopoulos still yet to score a goal in ACHA competition. As I mentioned, he scored against Denver. So Stathopoulos, very unselfish this season. And he does always tell me, AJ, it's been a running joke, I feel like, for the last year and a half maybe since Stathopoulos got here. I go over by the locker room during intermission. He's retaping his stick, and he tells me, Dom, I got one in me. I feel it. As Brodziak sends that one into the trapper. And we've been talking about it all season, and I did text him after the Denver game. I was like, so you did have one in you? And he said, expletive right.
Well, he didn't disclose it with you before the game, so how could we have known?
He did not. But it's one of those assumed things, if you will, where you just assume he's got one in him, and when he connects, it always gets revisited. Carter Johnson and Caleb Strong came together there in the corner. Carter Johnson trying to get an extra piece of Strong. Strong coming back from injury, his first game back since the Arizona State series. And a big-time collision. Carter Johnson leveling Sean Karaman and giving Karaman an extra cross-check to the back. And Karaman, all too familiar with that. Karaman got decked in the open ice against Arizona State, and Nick Benaldi came back and gave him a bit of extra as he was laying down on the ice. Karaman still no worse for wear. Carter Johnson a bit frustrated. And now here comes Dylan Jensen looking for his second. He shoots one, misses the net. Dylan Jensen, the last goal scorer for the Rebels. And a penalty upcoming on UNLV, and Bradley Gallant touches up. Tripping's going to be the call. 1:52 to go now. And this is a big power play for Jamestown. Under 2 minutes left in the period, just like UNLV's power play that they connected on in the first period. But this one comes at a time where you got to really stop the bleeding.
Yeah, well, you can feel the frustration coming from Jamestown as this one's quickly getting away from them. They need a goal here on this power play to go into the third period down 4-2 and have some resemblance of
a competitive hockey game.
Yeah.
And that puck goes out of play.
Heads up, coach.
Dean Stork didn't even flinch on that one. Real hockey guy there.
This guy who's focused on puck.
So 1:34 to go in the second period. 1:43 remains on the Kyle Quinn tripping minor. Carter Johnson steps in. Zane McDonald got tossed from the faceoff dot. Now here come the Jimmies. Carter Johnson can't play that one through Nagra. Johnson directs it to the net. It finds its way to the slot. Turned on by Baraneski in a hand pass. Stops that play in its tracks. 1:13 remains in the period.
So far, still not really any super competitive looks from Jamestown on this power play. They're not oozing the confidence that UNLV had in their situation a period ago and just struggling to find life on offense.
Jamestown trying to get set up as we approach the final minute of play in this second period. Still can't get set up. Here's Justice Sathopoulos now. Sathopoulos would go for a skate and almost toe picks. Christensen lays a hit on Dylan Ford. Pooley's in his own end. Here's Fortin. Fortin shoots one, misses it. Puck hits the high glass. Under 25 to go. Here's Brad Fortin again. Directs it to the goal mouth. Couldn't get to the stick of Baroneski. Dylan Ford tries to chip it around. 21 in white. Stathopoulos rips it down the length of the ice. Final 10 seconds in the second period of play here at City National Arena. Oliver Band breaks up that passing attempt. 5 seconds to go now. That rush is broken up again by UNLV. Sent on net. And the horn sounds. That'll do it on period number 2 here on a Friday night between Jamestown and UNLV. The Rebels with a bit of an explosive effort of offense. 3 straight goals. 4 unanswered, AJ, for the Rebels as they've come to life.
Yeah, UNLV has really opened it up. Jamestown, they're probably going to have some hard talks in the locker room going into the third period. But stick with us. Still top 5 teams in the nation duking it out. Third period coming up.
4-1, UNLV Skating Rebels leading after 2, and it was kind of a flipping of the ice. We saw a lot of pressure from Jamestown in the first period. The Skating Rebels had some pressure coming into the second period. Some keys for Jamestown going into the third. Stay focused. It is 4-1, but if you can stay focused, you can get some of those chances and get some of those goals back, as well as keep up the physicality. It's been a very physical game so far. For UNLV, it's going to be keep up the good work. Really good job in the offensive zone by UNLV, and then maintaining the pressure. That's what seemed to be the problem for UNLV in the first period, but they flipped the ice. Now we'll take it over to Zoe Salas.
I'm here with Oliver Band. Now, Oliver, talk me through that goal that you had that last period.
It was just a nice play by my line mate, Justin. And I just went to the net hard. Heater went to the net hard too and got a lucky bounce.
What's the difference between this period versus your guys' first period? It's a lot more energy. What's going on? What's different?
Yeah, probably intensity. I think we're just kind of giving too much respect to the first period. We're a good team and we play with anybody in the country, so yeah, just using our legs, taking it to them.
How do you hope to close out the next period and end the game?
I mean, we got a lead, so got to learn how to play with lead. We've done pretty good so far this year, so yeah, just close it out, stay home.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Zoe. And thank you to the viewer for sticking around this long. And if you're just joining us for this third period, thanks for joining us. Jamestown and UNLV doing battle through 40 minutes. UNLV leads 4-1 in the shot department, 23-14. Some keys. Jamestown stay focused, and UNLV just keep this thing up.
Yeah, they really opened it up in that second period. 4 unanswered, if you include the one in the first period. UNLV trying to keep it rolling, park the bus, land the ship, if you will.
Put the finishing touches, the garnish. And get prepped for tomorrow night. Once this game ends, one game remains between these two teams. Tomorrow night at 7:30, right back here at City National Arena, broadcasted on the UNLV Hockey YouTube channel. As puck goes up and out of play.
So what do you think the message was in that third period from Jamestown?
Just if I was Dean Stork, I would probably be telling my team, like, hey, let's get one. That's my biggest key no matter what, is he's delayed off. Just get one. That's my biggest thing. And then really don't let the frustration get to you. I mean, speaking with Justice Athopoulos, myself in the intermission, Rand shoots one, tries to go low, rebound kicks out and cleared away by Fortin. He noticed that a lot of guys are playing frustrated for Jamestown, and we've seen it, AJ. Just keep your head, keep your temper. And remember, 20 minutes is plenty of hockey. As Tristan Rand pulls Alec Garachuk's stick out of his hand.
You won't be needing that anyway.
Tristan Rand, a bit of an agitator. At times, he likes to get under the skin of the opposing team. As that's flipped off the wall, Stathopoulos gets it over to Heath Mensch. Mensch scoring a goal tonight. Off of a feed from Justin Stathopoulos. Dylan Jensen joined him as well as Oliver Band, who Zoe Salas spoke with in the intermission. Bradley Gallant opened the scoring late in the first period on the power play. So here comes Jamestown, a shot kick save by Foreman. That was Darius Maxey. Stathopoulos blocks that dump in attempt and gets tied up by Fortin. Gets hit hard by Evan West along the bench. Now here's West up the left wing for the Rebels. Evan West moving on in, pulls up, gets tripped up by Wyatt Johnson. No call. Now here's Hayden Siegel, swung up top. Del Monte shoots one, directed wide. Now Keaton Klein, the lone goal scorer for Jamestown. It's a bit offsides there. So 17:02 remaining in the third period. UNLV still leading in the shot department 24-15.
Well, if you're Jamestown going into this period, you really want to look for your playmakers, and one of those guys is Brad Fort, and he has to light up the score sheet somehow, and he needs to get him going on offense.
Once again, Brad Fortin was our impact player for tonight. We have a delayed penalty on the Rebels. They touch up. And cross-checking will be the call. Waiting to see who they're going to take. So we're going to see and just make sure. And it looks like I misspoke. So it's actually going to be a UNLV power play, rather. We don't have a look at the number. It's going to be Ray Warwick going for a cross-check, so UNLV with a chance to add on to their lead on the power play. Now here's Brodziak up top, shooting what he scores. And Bradley Gallant make that 2 goals on the power play. Gallant tipping that one past Brandon Weir. And the Rebels now lead 5-1.
UNLV really opening it up. 5 straight goals now for the Rebels. Jamestown struggling to find an answer. And one of the things with some of these hockey teams, you have a head chef. You have a guy who's in charge of everything, getting the points. But for UNLV, there really is no head chef. It's more of a yes chef. Next guy up, everyone eats sort of mentality. And a guy like Tristan Rand, he leads the team in points, and he could be the head chef, but some nights he's yes chef, and that could be tonight as we see Bradley Gallant and others opening up the scoring for UNLV.
Bradley Gallant having a remarkable pair of years with UNLV the last couple of seasons as he's set to leave the program. Now just over 4 minutes gone. Bradley Gallant once again opening up the scoring in the third period with his second of the game and his second on the power play. Redirecting a shot from Preston Brodziak to the back of the net. Now here's Heath Mensch looking for a second. He shoots off the shin pad. Caleb Percival. That gets played into the zone by Ray Warwick. Takes a bump from Oliver Band. And now here's Justice Stathopoulos along the right wing. Stathopoulos to Mensch in the slot. Mensch shoots one. Blocked in front by Johnson, and he'll turn it back north for the Jimmies. Steered aside. Now Hayden Siegel. Moving on in, centering pass. Keenan shoots, he scores. Ronan Keenan goes 5-hole on Brandon Weir and 6 unanswered goals for the Rebels.
And 5 different goal scorers for UNLV, really sharing the sugar, if you will. Passing the baton, maybe. Sharing the rock.
Sugar. As Ronan Keenan would call it, slinging the pill around, whatever you have it. Pretty passing on display by UNLV. And we have another stoppage.
Now if you're Jamestown, if this is basketball terms, you're looking for a 3 and a stop. Unfortunately, there is no 3 in hockey, so you're going to have to get multiple unanswered with stops. And keep your composure to a degree. You're down 5 goals now, 6 unanswered. Just find a way to get one back on the board.
Maybe call a timeout. 3 and a timeout. 3 and a stop and a timeout maybe, but it's pretty hard to do when you have 1 timeout in hockey. And as you said, AJ, there's no three-pointers, so. Cole White even throwing the body behind the play. Hayden Siegel, the primary assist. Matias Dalmonte, the secondary assist on Ronan Keenan's goal. The 6th of the game for the Rebels, a 6th unanswered. And Bradley Gallant takes a pair of ankles. Another one, tries to get it to Kyle Quinn and couldn't get there. Bradley Gallant shaking and baking around Griffin Barassa and shaking through traffic again.
I imagine getting your ankles taken on ice is not a pleasant experience.
No, it is not. You can ask Logan Couture and Joel Eriksson-Ek of the Minnesota Wild. I believe it was Nito Niederreiter, Nathan McKinnon, sending him to the ice about a decade ago in the playoffs. Logan Couture, his ankles were broken by the legendary Pavel Datsyuk in a pretty viral clip that you can find on YouTube if you just look up Pavel Datsyuk, Logan Couture. Obviously not right now. You want you to stay with the broadcast, but post-game, of course, 13:51 until you can do that. Now UNLV keeping possession in the zone. There's Caleb Strong sidestepping a hit from McDonald, moving on in from the dot, shooting one into the chest of Weir. And Nagra whacks one on net again, and Weir snips it out of the air and holds for a whistle.
A very impressive leather flash in there from the first baseman.
Yep, just reaching up out there and just snapping it out of the air and getting a whistle. Tristan Rand retrieves a loose puck at center. For Jamestown won the defensive zone draw and cleared the zone. We have another stoppage of play. Social media plug comes across the big screen here at City National Arena. And speaking of social media, mentioning that Denver win for the millionth time, over, I believe, 5 million views in very short order. That clip had Matias Dalmonte's shootout winner, as we have a penalty on the Rebels. It'll be air interference.
Got picked up by a few outlets, Spittin' Chicklets.
Daily Face-Off as well. Oliver Band going to be going for interference, and UNLV goes for the PK.
On the X.com, the Everything app.
Yep.
It's all happening on X.
Bleacher Report posted the clip. Spittin' Chicklets posted it as well. Johnny Lazarus of the Hockey News covers the New York Rangers, also former NCAA Division I player.
Made it onto the hockey Reddit as well.
It did. Made it on Puck Empire also, pretty big outlet on Instagram. And that Denver win, as we've talked about over and over again, just drawing a lot of eyes to the program. There's an increased media influx here tonight from local outlets. There were a few other local outlets at practice earlier this week, a couple TV stations. And a shot from out at the point gets saved, and we have some pushing and shoving and some fists come up. Dylan Ford taking exception to the mere presence of McDonald.
Oh, that's another
Chase
way.
Visser, excuse me.
You're down 6-1. Let's get physical, Find a way to get under the skin. We got another game tomorrow. So can't let tempers boil over too much.
And you have the linesman or the official at the scorer's table wondering what the call is, if any. Matias Dalmonte is talking and pointing to the Jamestown bench, wondering what's going on. No signal from the scorer's table yet, and I believe the official is being called back. So Chase Visser is going to be in the box, and it looks like it'll be 4-on-4, I believe. Chase Visser is posted for 2 minutes. And he was the aggressor for the most part. But now the penalty is taken off, so let's count. Still 4 skating Rebels out there, 5 Jimmies. So now Visser's posted for a double minor. So he's got 4 minutes on the clock. And it looks like Jordan Baroneski's in the box as well for Visser. And now Dylan Ford is posted, or was posted briefly for 2 minutes as we continue to try and sort things out. So it's going to be 4-on-4, it looks like. So Dalmonte was correct. Dylan Ford is posted for 2 minutes. Oliver Band's posted still for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Visser is posted for 4 minutes. He's in the box with Baroneski.
Oh, it's a lot of talking going on, not a lot of hockey. I'm sure the rest will figure it out at some point.
So what I'm assuming here, we're going to get the announcement here in a moment. What I'm presuming is going on is we have one call for a high stick.
That's what we're missing here on UNLV hockey. We need our own rules analyst to toss to.
Trying to work on it as much as possible. We're getting signals from the penalty box. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for the official announcement here. Here's Dalmonte. Dalmonte moving in, centering try, shot from Glon, rebound chance, save made, and here come the Jimmies the other way. There's Brad Fortin on the left wing. Fortin toe drag, shoots, misses the net high and wide. Now swung up top. Here's Volcano shooting one off the pad. Rebound chance. Dalmonte tipping that one up and out of play.
Both good chances for both teams there. You had UNLV on the rebound chance, just couldn't find it. And then on the second rebound, Jamestown brings it up. Fortin, a little toe drag swag maybe, put someone on the ground for sure. Couldn't find the back of the net, but Jamestown still trying to find that offensive identity they've been looking for.
And I wonder how Dean Stork will assess this game tonight when we speak to him pregame tomorrow. And see if Jamestown really played to their identity at all tonight. They certainly looked like they played to whatever game plan they had in mind in the opening, I would say, 18 minutes of the first period. Now here's Heath Mensch, shooting one off the side of the post. Prime chance from Tristan Rand. And now up top, here's Wyatt. Now back for Rand. Wyatt again, Mensch. Top of the circle, Mensch. Pirouettes, shoots, tipped on net. Careened off of the stick of Maxey. Now Strong picks it up below the goal line. Caleb Strong up top, Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt looking, shooting one, misses the net high and wide. Now here's Wyatt to Strong at the faceoff dot. UNLV on the power play now for about a minute and a half. Strong at the circle, shoots one, blocker save. And now Mensch. Heath Mensch looking. Moving on in, shooting one, misses the net wide. This is a trigger-happy power play for the Skating Rebels here.
Why not?
A minute 15 remains. Mensch at the slot again, pumps, loses the puck picked up by Jackson Wyatt. And Mensch can't keep the zone. Mensch being slashed and harassed by Klein, and Mensch with a couple cross checks, and Mensch mixing it up. Klein with a bit of a punch to the back of the head, and Mensch will skate off. Looks like a couple Jimmies players from the bench started mixing it up as well. Now here's Bradley Gallant, Brodziak, up top, Nagra. Del Monte, pirouettes, Del Monte shoots one, deflected to the high glass. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Now Del Monte shoots, and save made and a whistle. 24 to go.
Why not lay it on the goalie, you know? They've been chirping a little bit today.
Yeah, it's been a very vocal goaltender, Brandon Weir. Seems like he's quieted down a lot since this game's kind of gotten out of hand. In the early parts of the 6 unanswered goal onslaught from UNLV, he was talking a bit, protested Oliver Band's goal, the second goal of the game, the go-ahead goal, and currently the game winner. Now here's Brodziak, swung out, Gallant touch pass out of the reach. Del Monte recovered by Cole Wyatt. Jamestown back to full strength. Now Del Monte up top, shooting one into the glove. Pretty good framing from Brandon Ware.
That's where the catcher aspect of being goalie comes in.
As we hit our final media timeout of the night. UNLV just a few shots away from breaking the 40-shot mark. Ronan Keenan, the latest goal scorer. And basically scoring by committee for the Rebels. Bradley Gallant with 2, Dylan Jensen with 1, Oliver Band with 1, Ronan Keenan with 1, and Heath Mensch with 1 himself.
Share the sugar.
Sharing the sugar indeed. The teams depart their benches. 8:19 to go in the third. UNLV adding a bit of an exclamation mark on this pretty eventful few weeks.
Well, they're 1 away from the extra point here tonight.
They are. Evan West and Carter Johnson jumping the face-off, and the linesman in the circle. We have another icing called. Audibly, it's like, whoa.
Slow your roll there, buddy.
So the face-off's going to come back 200 feet. And face-off won by Hayden Siegel. Now Ronan Keenan couldn't get possession of that puck back. 8 minutes to go now. That puck is sent cross corner by Johnson. Full sail changes for the Jimmies. Now here's Evan West, shoots one, stick save. Keenan chips it off the wall, he'll give chase. Keenan with a bump, now Siegel with it. Going for a skate along the blue line and chips it into the zone. Ronan Keenan whacks it around. And could be stopped up by Dylan Ford. Baroneski in a puck grace. Advantage Caleb Strong. They'll do battle in the corner. Jamestown comes away with possession. Couldn't get it centered. Loose puck out in front. Taken away by the Rebels. And now here's Tristan Rand on the left wing. Rand moving on in. Tries to center one out in front. Jensen bumps into the goalie. We have a whistle. Brandon Weir losing his blocker and his glove.
I think we need a shot at the goal on that one. Usually it comes right off. With that much contact. Stayed on, though.
Well, different pegs tonight, AJ. They got
really?
Marsh pegs in the net. So they're taller, and they're made out of rubber. And they're actually safer than the regular steel pegs that are usually in the ice. And the nets are taking a bit longer to set in between periods because if no one's familiar, you got to drill holes where the pegs go. And then vacuum out all the ice and the snow and the water, and then drop the peg into the ice, and then you set the net on top of the peg, and then you're all set to go.
Well, did you hear that, City National? That's how you get it done. You can definitely see the difference.
Yeah.
Because we've seen that goal come off countless times in past games and staying pretty sturdy tonight.
Yeah, because those old pegs, they would go into the post itself. Bottom of the post was hollow, but it was an ice pick type shape at the bottom, and it would go flush against, and there was like a little bit of a washer, for lack of a better term, that would go flush against the post, and you just chip away in the ice and then drop the post on top of the peg as we have a big-time collision, a couple of them, in behind the net, and a delayed penalty. Matias Del Monte is down, and it looks like it was Thomas, and Oliver Band is giving him a talking to. And Thomas tries to throw an elbow. And Matias Del Monte is still labored going back to the bench. And Oliver Band coming to the assistance of his captain. Didn't see that play develop. The Jamestown bench is claiming it's a hockey play.
Never heard that vernacular before, I don't think.
So we're watching the play develop on our end, and Del Monte gets absolutely clean behind the net, and trying to watch it. We're going to slow it down on our end as well and try and give you as good of a play-by-play as we can. Zake talking over. Del Monte has the puck, or he doesn't have the puck, and he gets cleaned behind the net. So not a hockey play, in fact. Del Monte is looking behind him to see where the puck is, not expecting to have Thomas come and take a shot at him. And it's going to be a 5-minute major. It looks like that's a signal that we're getting.
For lack of a better term, you know, hockey play, act familiar to the game.
5
It certainly
minutes.
wasn't.
5 minutes posted for Thomas. And we're waiting to see if it's going to be a game misconduct or not. So no game misconduct, just a 5-minute major for charging. So we obviously hope Matias Del Monte is okay, and he's back out there, no worse for wear.
That's how you send a
Stretching out the
message.
shoulders and holding his chest a little bit, but maybe the wind just got knocked out of him. He came off the ice, doubled over. I was initially concerned about a head injury, but maybe he got the wind knocked out of him, as I said. So Del Monte's back out there, the captain. He's smiling, so can imagine he's doing all right.
Skate by the Jamestown bench, shake the dust off.
Yeah. Del Monte, a big man, about 6'5" on skates. Listed at 6'4", 206.
Yeah, taking a 5-minute major, not what Jamestown needs, especially this late in the game. You know, this will almost take us to the end of the game with UNLV being on the power play. And this is at the point of the game where you kind of want to get some momentum going for tomorrow, and this is not how you do that.
Not at all. And as you said, with about 4.5 to go, this will take us to about the 1.5 mark as UNLV looks to score on this man advantage. Dalmonte's pass is picked off, and now here comes Christensen. One-on-one with Dalmonte, shoots, and Dalmonte's stick tips it up and out of play. So once again, per usual, on 5-minute major power plays, UNLV can score as many times as they want, and the man advantage will not end. And as we just mentioned, that aforementioned power play is going to take us to about the 92nd mark.
Good math, Dom.
Thank you, thank you. Been improving over the break. been doing my times tables and been logging on.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
I'll be testing you tomorrow on that.
We're going to show up to the rink and there's going to be a math test on the desk. Sathopoulos gets sent to the ice. Takes a pretty hard cross check. Officials letting him play so far.
You want to go back to the second period where the coach
Sathopoulos shoots one, blocker save, loose puck, whacked out.
Dean Stork talking to his teammates, his team, saying 5-on-5 hockey. And now in this third period, we've seen Jamestown take a double minor and now a 5-minute major.
Yeah, and the 5-minute major just really unnecessary. I mean, just watching the play develop, didn't really need to lay that kind of hit. I mean, if you wanted to send a message, sure, but the puck was way gone. Anyone could have seen that. It's not like he couldn't have stopped, or laid up.
And what kind of message are you really sending when you're down 6-1 at this point anyway?
Not going to take a beating laying down.
It's the kind of message you guys sent earlier.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. As Gallant finds it, turns one on, pad save made. I mean, some teams do that on either end of a blowout. If you're blowing a team out, sometimes you take liberties as the team that's winning, or if you're getting blown out, you take liberties. Klein shoots one, misses the net high, looking for a second of the game. Klein and Cole White exchange some light shots.
Love taps, if you will.
Yep, and here's Heath Mensch off sides. And another love tap behind the play. Caleb Strong takes a bit of a chop at the ankles from Philip Lassard.
And if you wanted to send, that kind of message, all UNLV needs to do is direct your attention to the scoreboard and show that you're getting physically dominated in a lot of aspects of this game, not just the scoreboard.
Yeah, that is really all you need to do is just point at the scoreboard. Just let them know. 6 unanswered goals tonight. And they're looking for more. Under 2 minutes to go on this 5-minute major power play for the Rebels. It's a charging call on Thomas. Once again. Here's Rand shooting one from the slot. 6 save, loose puck, fed back out in front. On the doorstep, they score. Caleb Strong. The extra point's good.
The extra point is good. So many Rebels had a chance to come away with a goal there on the doorstep. Tristan Rand had a good look. And Caleb Strong finishing the good look. The extra point is good. And we'll see if the Rebels have room for 2.
Caleb Strong been a bit of a garbage time goal scorer, if you will, in the most respectful way possible. Can recall back to Utah. He scored the goal that made the game 4-1. And we'll pull up the actual stat, and we'll come correct tomorrow.
Well, when you read
the time of his goals this season, we'll bring up average time of goal, All that in a bag of chips for you tomorrow night.
A whole analytical deep dive on Caleb Strong because we're on a whim that he might be a garbage time guy.
We'll bring those stats to you tomorrow. Do not worry. Just make sure to come on back. 7:30 p.m. puck drop once again.
Well, even if you are a, quote, garbage time, end quote, guy, it all looks the same in the box score.
It does,
to
does.
To an extent, depending on how deep you go in the box score.
And Ronan Keenan's joked about that. A loose puck out in front for Lazar, and everyone jamming at it. Foreman finds it and freezes play. Ronan Keenan joked about that numerous times over the offseason, just being a garbage time goal scorer. And still yet to Selly really hard for one of those garbage time goals.
What's more garbage time? A guy scoring up when it's
score the 6th goal or the 7th goal?
6th goal or 7th goal, or maybe like an empty net, but they're already up 2 goals. So it puts them up 3.
I think honestly, score the 6th or 7th goal on a blowout is worse because empty netter like really puts it away, but garbage time is just like, okay, well, cool. So UNLV was possession again. Eric Chuck with a hard bump on Carollo. Here's Ford to Carollo with a drive. Bad save made by Ware. And Ronan Keenan mixing it up and talking to Keaton Klein. Keaton Klein literally having to look up and Ronan Keenan literally having to look down, and Hayden Siegel talking to him the whole way, and Ronan Keenan.
You got to do the elementary school measuring.
Keenan giving him a little.
I got at least a foot on you, bro.
Yapper gloves. As we have an icing on Jamestown. Hayden Siegel and Ronan Keenan awfully close to both of them. Line mates. Spend a lot of time together off the ice and sticking up for one another. Now, minute 09 to go, 69 seconds remain. In this one.
It's great math again, Dom.
Thank you, sir. As we approach the final minute. And the puck goes down the length of the ice. Brandon Ware comes out to play it, and puck's corralled by Kyle Quinn. Just under 45 seconds to go now. Now here's Tristan Rand looking for one. Rand cuts outside, dips the shoulder, shoots one. Just wide of the net. Scooped back in by Quinn. Now here's Karaman. Goes for a skate with it. Siegel tries to direct it on. A second chance. Pad save made. And that puck gets poked away by Brandon Ware. And as we approach the final 10 seconds, UNLV still with possession. And that gets sent down the length of the ice by Fortin. Foreman comes way out to play it, and final seconds will tick off, and that'll do it. Horn sounds. 7 unanswered goals for the Rebels tonight. Knocking off number 5 ranked Jamestown in commanding fashion.
Yeah, and it all comes back to the end of that first period where they had the delayed penalty, and the UNLV offense came to life in that delayed penalty, cycling the puck really well. Not necessarily getting good shots, but just the zone possession and able to control it for that long. Then coming out in that power play, oozing with confidence, scoring one, getting it back to 1 going into the second period, and then in the second period, opening it up, third period, continuing to widen the gap. 7 unanswered, really impressive stuff. And I think it's safe to say, we might expect a really physical game tomorrow from Jamestown. Just overall didn't play to their standards, and I think we'll see a better look from them tomorrow. But UNLV dominating tonight, continuing their ACHA winning streak.
And putting an exclamation point on their pretty trendy couple of weeks. Once again, we'll be back here tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. puck drop. These two teams go to battle once again. Once again, the final score, 7-1 in favor of the Skating Rebels. And we're going to go ahead and say good night from City National Arena on behalf of myself, Dominic Dubois, AJ Reed, Kyle Sparrow, Zoe Salas, Jack Bridges, Rolando Guerrero, Gene Gomez, Kyle Kimsey, and all of us here at the UNLV Hockey broadcast crew. We thank you all for watching. We hope to see you back here tomorrow night.